So if you're short on time and you want to stay ahead in crypto, these are the 5 sites that I check every single morning to stay on top of my crypto game. From market trends to hidden gems to breaking news, these sites will give you everything you need to be successful in crypto. And I'll give you a bonus one at the end. It may be a site that you're already using, but you might not be using it the most efficient way. So stick around, hit that like button, and let's dive in. These sites are my daily must-haves, and I'll break down exactly how I use each one. So let's get started with number 1. First up, we have CoinGecko. This is my go-to for a snapshot on the crypto market. I check the top 100 coins to see what's moving. I check the market cap. I check the 24-hour volume. I check the Bitcoin dominance. The other good thing in here is you get whatever's trending. So what's trending at the moment? What are the top gainers? You can also come up here to cryptocurrencies and go into the categories, which is really good. And you can check out your categories as well in there. So I love that function. But I mainly use it just to go down the top 100. I look at the prices. I predominantly look at the 7-day and the 24-hour movements to see who's been making decent moves on the day. And the other thing I like to do in here is also filter by the volume. So you can see where the big moves have been currently in the market, what tokens are getting all the volume and what's happening in that space. So there's some of the things I use this for. It's really good. It's probably the first thing I look at every single day. Now you could also use CoinMarketCap for this, but so long as you're using one of them, you'll be fine. Now let's talk about finding those under the radar tokens. Now for this, I go into CryptoBubbles. This site's awesome for like high level view of tokens outside of the top 100 especially, because you just want to look across it, find anything that's jumping out at you. So it's a really good visual, and I learn the best by doing visual. So I find this one the best one. Now you can also look at the data in this one on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the yearly, which is great, you know, when you need to zoom out. The thing I like about this is you get, being visual, you get that really quick view of what's happening, what's moving, and you can go all the way up basically to the top 1,000 tokens, 455. So you can get all the way up to the top 1,000 tokens. So they're all included in there. Gives you a quick view of them all. You can see some of those ones further down without going down lists and lists of tokens and prices and all those sorts of things. It really just gets stuff to jump out at you. What you can then do as well that I like is you can go into it and you can actually see a little bit of information. But if you want to get more information, you can click on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap or whatever, and then you can come in here and you can get all the other information that you might need if you want to just have a bit of a snapshot. And then obviously from here you can dig deeper because you know you can trust the links to the websites, the socials. You know, you can get contract addresses in here, all those sorts of things, all that information you need. It's really, really good for that, and it's a quick way into it. Now, if you're visual like I am, that one's a really useful tool to use. The next one I'll go into every day is Alternative Me. I go in there and I check the Fear and Greed Index. It measures the market's move, and the thing I like about this one the most is you've got 2 visuals on it, okay? You have the meter over here on the left, which gives you a good visual of where we're at. We're at extreme greed in this example. Then you've got your historic values. I like the fact that you do get historical data. So you can compare to how we were going last month, how we were going last week, and how we're going yesterday. And then one of the best things is obviously just the pure visual of that data in making your decisions. It's quick and easy to see. We're in extreme greed. Should we be taking some money off the table? Should we be taking some profit? No one ever went broke taking profits. And then obviously if it's all the way over the other side here and we're in extreme fear, well, that's when we need to sit back, and depending on our strategy and the time we are in the market, should we be looking at maybe some opportunities that may be out there? Have some of the projects that we wanted to get into but we missed the boat actually pulled back enough for us to now get on board? Are some of the projects we already hold that we're really confident in, could we DCA into those and improve our average buying position? All of those sorts of things. It's really great, that one. It's a 1-minute check that keeps my emotions in check. Okay, so number 4 is CryptoPanic. Now, this site for me was an absolute game changer when I first came across it. It's the ultimate news aggregator. So it pulls headlines from everywhere. It pulls them from, you can see down here, you've got Coinpedia, you've got Cointelegraph on there, you've got Crypto News, Square Binance, Crypto Potato. They come from absolutely everywhere. The good thing about it is, one, it's got all of the news in one place, what's going on. You can filter on hot. So what's the hottest news going on at the moment? Keep you across all the main things that are happening out there. You can filter on, what's bullish, what's rising, what's important. Over here, you got what's been trending. So every morning I'll come in. The first thing I look at is trending, and I'll look at, I would have already read the one from the day before. So it'll be anything new that's come up there while I've been asleep. And I've missed a lot of what's happened because I'm out of time with the US. So often there's a lot of news on here. We've all heard about the SWI validator thing. I would have heard it on here first because it's one of the first ones I'd look at in the morning. You can then, once you've looked at the trending, you can then sort of scroll down and you can go to all and you can just see what else has been happening that might be interesting. What I will then do is I will then click on the one that I'm interested in. I'll actually open that one. Then I'll go back and I'll continue going through and I'll just find 4 or 5 that I might be interested in, click on them, open them up. Once I've finished, I'll then go back and start reading those articles. And that's how I basically condense all the news into one spot, cast my eye over it, scan it, pull out the articles that I'm interested in. Could be projects, could be major news across the industry, whatever it is. And then I'll read through those and summarize it for myself. So if you're really into the news of what's going on across the market and you just want to get it from one place, that's the one. That's the big one for me. So if you're interested in that, bookmark that one. It's definitely one of the top ones used in my bookmarks. Now, number 5 I've talked about a bit and I've also used on my channel is Into the Cryptoverse. This one is for anyone that wants to look at any indicators or anything like that. This is a site you have to get into. Now, this site has so much information that you can actually get lost in here. What I've done, I pay for a subscription to this site. There is a free version though. In charts, if I go into charts, there's so much information. There's so many things. You can do another whole video on this, to be honest. But in here, I've saved a lot of my favorite indicators, and I'll go through them pretty regularly, all of them. Every day there's a couple. I look at historic risk levels. I'll look at daily, the pi cycle, pure multiple, things like that. But then I'll go in and I'll look at things like when I know we're getting close or that, I'll go and look at the golden death crosses. I'll look at the RSI as well for bought or sold. So there's lots and lots of information. And this video is not about the detail of the charts. It's just showing you the five websites that I use every day. This one here, you can get so much information out of. These are all tools in my toolbox, and I don't rely on just one. I look at a combination of these things when I'm making my decision. But there is a free plan where you get a lot of stuff in it that you can actually just look through, and that more than likely will be enough for you. For me, it's a must-have. Ever since I came across it, and I follow Ben Cowen. This is Ben Cowen's site. It's one of my key decision-making tools through the whole bear market. I use the indicators. They're my strategy. They're the biggest part of my strategy in this market. So I go in here every day. I check a few of the indicators. I don't go through all of them in detail. I'll normally mix it up a little bit. When I want to go into detail, this is the place I can do it. So if you're serious about your crypto and you love getting into the indicators and the charts and some of those sorts of things, that's definitely a must-have site. Whether you have the free version or you upgrade to the next one up, even for me was enough. But, there is that free version. It's really, really good, really worth it. Now, the last one I want to throw on the end here is a pseudo 6 one, if you like. And nearly everyone in crypto would use X. Now, so it's not telling you something you don't know, but the way I use it if I'm in a rush is I use the list function. The list function is awesome. So you come in here, down to more, you go to lists, okay? So I've set up 3 lists. I have projects, which is projects I'm either invested in or I'm researching, or just keeping an eye on. I've got large influencers. So a bunch of the large influencers that I follow are in that. And then I've got regular news information sources. So if I go into this one as an example, there'll be 18 members in here, and it's predominantly all news stuff. So I can go through here, I can look at how long ago things were posted, and then by the time I get down to basically when I last looked at it, now that may have been 8 hours ago, 12 hours ago, whatever it is, then I know that I'm up to date. It's got some of my other indicators are in here, such as the Coinbase app ranking, things like that I use. So you can follow me on X at CryptoDomainX, link will be below. Build out your own lists. If you're looking to save time, this is one of the best time savers, because we all know how X is and how you can get sucked into it and start going down rabbit holes and things like that. This really keeps you focused, saves your time, yet gives you the information that you want to make your decisions and keep you up to date on the market. There you have it, guys. That's the 5 sites I check daily, plus how I save time searching X for the latest happenings in crypto. Which site are you adding to your routine? What sites did I miss? What sites should I be adding to my routine that I don't currently use but maybe you guys are using? Drop them below in the comments. Next week, I'll show you the ones that I use on a weekly basis. So they're not as relevant to be seeing every day, but they're definitely things you want to keep up with in the crypto space. Don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button, click that bell notification so you're notified every time I release a video, and I'll see you in the next one.